think he
douchebag back then, and I don't like people. By nature, I don't like
exactly.
people.
You made that painfully obvious.
So they come over to jam the first night. First night, I said maybe 3 words the entire night.
I don't even know if it was that. I
I
don't
don't even think I
even.
said anything to Bryce that night.
Right, no, you didn't say anything that you looked like you wanted to fucking punch somebody the whole
I
night.
probably
It
did.
was like, what's this dude's fucking problem?
I was a dick, man. But
Eh, hey
so
man, true colors shine every now and then. You got to go with it, man.
what
It
can I
was
say?
who you were. You
I
were an
like to feel
angry
people out
little.
and judge them before I talk to them. So yeah, I don't remember how Mike got into the mix.
I think it just had to be that you guys were looking for a bass player, and Mark suggested Mike try to see if he fit in with us because it
Bryce
would be
had to
cool
say
if you had 2 guitars.
Bryce had to say, "Hey, let's have 2 guitars or something." Or Mike
Right,
must have done something that I thought was really awesome because
right.
I wouldn't want anybody
Which
stepping on toes. But
exactly. Which I think that's probably why you were like all right with him because he was not and is not musically a step on your toes kind of guy.
no, he complimented me very well, and I complimented him very well.
I I agree. And that's why you didn't really have a cuz we jammed and it was like 10 minutes into it, you guys were like, "You guys want to join a band?"
Yeah, because you guys were so much better than any of the garbage. That's why I was such a dick because we had other people coming through that sucked. Bryce is like, "Oh, I found this guy," and he'd come over.
And he
Dude, you
would
just be like
suck
rocking a low
balls,
E, just boop 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 boop. Like, come
like
on, man,
missing notes and shit.
this is terrible. I'm like, God damn it, man, no, these guys suck. And then, not you guys, the guys that he would
No,
bring
no,
in.
no,
You
I
guys came in,
know.
and that's why, because I was like, all right, here we go again, another wasted night of bullshit.
Yeah, that's
So,
probably that's kind of what the aura you gave off was. This is a waste of time. Let's get it over with, and then so
yeah,
you guys didn't fucking leave.
I could finish drinking my beer, leave me
Yes.
alone.
And then it was like, oh look, Chris is drinking. Hey, so let's go get a 30 pack or whatever.
Ah, so yeah, and then they were good. So me and Bryce decided to keep them around for a little while.
That was pretty it was pretty funny because I knew I was like they're gonna want us to join. Like right when we started playing, I was like, hey, we sound pretty good. Me and
Yeah,
Mike had just been in 2 different bands basically. One that played out, one that didn't. But
well, that's what we needed. We needed somebody, people to come in and that had been playing together, had some kind of locked inness. We needed that because
yeah, and I had by then learned how to lock in with the drummer as a
yeah,
bass player. And if you don't have I mean as a band, if you don't have that, it's not going to sound good. I mean,
no,
regardless of how good anybody else in the band is, every band you hear that sounds musical is good that way. Because if
yeah,
they weren't, it would sound like shit. It wouldn't sound like music. And
yeah. They immediately brought a tightness to the band that was just severely lacking.
and yeah, once we learned, especially once we figured out exactly what we were going to do. We had all agreed on what we were going to do, and we all stuck to that.
Yes,
Then it got really tight.
yeah.
Then,
We actually wrote and practiced what we wrote.
yes. And I mean, we would basic band practice was get there, set your shit up, drink a couple of beers on the front steps, smoke a few cigarettes,
Yep.
shoot the shit, then get all pumped up. Let's go. We go downstairs, Bryce's house in the basement, and parents yelling at us, Dave yelling at us and shit.
Well, Dave
Turn
was
that
always yelling.
fucking shit out. That
That
sounds
was
like
mostly
shit.
Dave. His
I
parents
know.
never really cared, surprisingly.
They did. They did.
Well, there was one time when we covered "Fuck the Police."
Oh yeah, yep. And then the lights started flashing.
Bryce's dad is a Mormon
Dad.
minister.
Yes.
He did not approve of the lyrics.
No, he wasn't appreciating that. That was funny. That place was funny. So we
That was
go
a
over
good
there.
time.
We'd practice, and the practices consist of we would play all the songs.
We did. We played all the songs after, of course, the beers, and we have our 9,000 black lights
Yes,
hanging up on the ceiling.
it was
Fog
like a
machine
club atmosphere.
Completely filled the place with fog.
Yes, it was badass. I have to admit, when all the lights, all the regular lights were off, and the concert lighting came on,
like
and the
being on
fog
stage.
machine and shit, that was awesome. And people would come over, Bryce's friend,
and they'd come over
like
and hang out on
Adam.
that couch in the basement.
You
Adam,
remember
yeah,
Adam?
Adam. Yeah, I saw him. Bryce has tragically passed away.
Yes, he has.
What's going on with my mic? I saw Adam at his funeral,
Okay,
and he was talking about that. He said those were some of the best times of his life.
really?
I was like, I am awesome. I know.
That's pretty cool.
We were all, yeah, he did. He said that. He's like, those are some of the best times of my life in that basement, with you guys jamming and drinking beers and stuff.
We had he's a nice guy, man. I mean, me and him hit it off right away. He's just
Adam
a
Heaster.
super cool guy, man.
Yeah, he was cool. What if you ever got that VW bus running?
Man, I don't know. I don't know who would even have the patience to work on those fucking things.
Bryce.
Oh,
he
my
rebuilt.
God,
Oh, that's a later story.
Yeah, that's
so, yeah. We wrote a
project.
we wrote a bunch of songs, and we started playing down at Grog and Tankard in DC.
Yes.
If you look on the channel, there is a video from one of those for our song "Insane." It was filmed at the Grog.
Yep, that was our. So that was another one of my skills, was to get us shows.
Yes, he was good at that.
So I don't think anybody else tried. So it was just me. So pretty much every show.
I didn't know what to do.
Well,
I had no idea.
Call people and you talk shit to people, or
I'm the kind of person that's going to call people.
Yeah,
hey,
true.
Dr.
Hey, I don't
Friendly
know
right
you,
here.
but I'm gonna be nice to you to begin.
Yeah, it's not going to
happen. Yeah, for sure. When I met Chris, he was not a give you the benefit of the doubt kind of dude. No. Pretty sure.
I'm still not.
But
once I like you, once you're my boy, or if you're a girl, you can still be my boy. You know.
But then you can't get rid of the guy.
No, I'm like a herpes then.
Oh man, beautiful. So yeah, came in and we'd practice, and after I think we were together for 3 weeks, and we got a show.
Was it 3 weeks?
Yes.
I'm very much foggy from that entire part of my life.
Yeah, I'm the kind of guy that remembers the details like that for whatever reason. Dates, I have like milestones in life that put me in certain time periods. It's a skill I have. Yeah, ask my family will tell you the same thing.
That's awesome.
I have the memory of an elephant.
I drank a ton of beer in this.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think this was one of the periods where I wasn't smoking weed regularly at all.
Yeah, I don't remember
but I
you really
was drinking like a fish.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh, literally every Wednesday we'd have band practice, because I had Maddie Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And every Wednesday we'd have band practice, and me and Mike would stop, and I would buy a 30-pack.
And Bryce
And
would have
we
a
would
30-pack. We'd have 60 beers for band practice for 5 of us.
Yes, because I'd bring a 30-pack, and Chris would bring a 30-pack, and we'd be at the end. We'd be like, "Oh fuck, there's only 2 beers left. Like, who's getting them?" Nah, we'd fight over them and shit. It was hilarious.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh, and
Good times, man.
It was very fun. I mean, that's a young man's sport for sure.
So we're playing shows at the Grog. For some reason, Mark just gets all pissy. I think it was the second show we played with him.
I believe so, yeah.
After the show, this other band that opened the night, they were going to play at Ram's Head, and they wanted us to open for them.
Yeah.
But Mike, their guitar player, looked like Monkey from Korn.
He sure did. I definitely remember that guy. And he sounded like him too.
He did. He looked like him. He had stage presence of him.
He had the same fucking yellow glasses or whatever.
Everything.
The sunglasses.
This guy was Monkey, but wasn't Monkey.
Had the dreads and shit. The blonde and brown dreads.
He did. It was awesome. So
I definitely remember that guy.
Yeah. And then so I think they were talking to you about us opening because somehow you were the manager also. So Mark decides, nah, I'm done, and just quits the band. Bryce throws a hissy fit and goes sits in the middle of Wisconsin Avenue in D.C. at like 2 in the morning.
Me and you were trying to drag him out of the middle of the road, or me and Mike?
I sat at the bar and said, fuck it, let him
get hit. You were like, let him get hit. Fucking if he wants to do that. Because we were like, Chris, man, we need some help. You were like, fuck that guy.
Why would you sit in I don't know if anybody here knows DC. I don't know where you guys are from. But Wisconsin Avenue is a pretty major road in DC.
Yeah. It's definitely major in and out of DC. Cars fly up and down it. You know,
he thought it was a good idea to sit on the double yellows
just north of Germantown or Georgetown.
Yes,
like right south of the cathedral.
If you look up Good Guys Strip Club, right there.
It's like down the street and across the street, or JP's Gentlemen's Club.
That's the name of it. I didn't think of the name of that.
That was right next door.
That was right next door. The strippers used to talk to us after the shows.
Yeah, one of them threw me her garter, her little band that's been on her nasty thighs, grabbing dollar bills and shit. She threw it at me while we were packing our gear out.
Oh yeah.
She was like, "Nice show, boys," and she threw this thing, and I was like, "Ah, Jesus Christ!" The thing's walking on its own.
So that's when we got Curtis.
Oh yeah. So we haven't got that far yet. So we got to Mark walking out.
Yeah. Then what did we do before we got Curtis and Mark left? We just hang out.
We did. I think our plan was we got to get another drummer ASAP.
I know we used to go to your basement and write stuff on acoustics.
Yes, we were definitely hanging out and making things better and trying to come up with cooler parts and this and that. And we did. Did we
go to Bryce's and do this stuff at all? I don't remember. All I remember is me and you and Mike working on stuff in the basement.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think it was that long before we got another drummer.
No.
Maybe a few weeks. I think Mike found him.
Did Mike find him or did Bryce? I don't remember.
One of them.
No, I know it wasn't me.
Wasn't me either, believe it or not. I was doing everything else.
Those two were hanging out. We'll say that. And then they found Curtis.
Yeah. Somehow Curtis materialized and
he was playing at Guitar Center on electric drums, playing Phil Collins.
Yeah, in the air tonight. Or I don't care anymore.
That's right. Studio.
Yeah.
Not really what happened, but we're going to go with that.
So when Curtis joined the band, It was a transformation immediately. It was
Yes.
like I liken it to Skid Row's first album, Skid Row's second album.
It was a pretty drastic change. Or Injustice for All and the Black Album.
Yeah, but we weren't commercial, so I don't want to
Well,
go
I'm just
there.
talking about in terms of difference.
For difference, yeah,
It was like night and day, man.
it was. It added like an intangible life to our music because Curtis is a busy drummer and but
Yes.
he's not a bad drummer. And
No.
when you're a bad busy drummer, that makes things sound like shit. But they
No,
didn't.
he was by far the best drummer we had.
He's the best drummer I ever consistently played with. That I was
Randy
in a
was the
band
best.
with for. See, and I never met that guy.
You never no, he was great. But yeah,
I hear you.
Curtis.
I had fun because he and I lock in.
You did.
Only
You locked in real good.
our only problem was tempo.
We did pick up the pace a bit.
So our shows we would try to fill like an hour, and we would complete it in like 35 minutes because we were flying. Like we'd look at I was looking at time and going, hey guys, we gotta try to slow down. But meanwhile, I'm the fucking bass player. I'm the one that's supposed to be slowing shit down. And that didn't happen. That's a tough skill to gain as a bass player, to have restraint.
When I was starting off the songs with the guitar, it's not like I was fucking
1, 2, 3, 4,
bass.
and I was like, "Oh my god, dude, we're never gonna make it through this too fast."
We were like 300 beats a minute, and we were just flying.
And it was fun, man, because we kept up with it. And it didn't sound bad.
So much if you heard recordings of the band and our live stuff, it's like two different bands.
Oh yeah,
we were definitely a live band. All of our energy and everything could not be conveyed in a recording studio.
No, the only way you could do it is just record it live.
Yeah. Which is you will be hearing on here.
There you go.
I think so. I don't know. I got to see what I have. On the computer.
You got stuff.
Both. I got live. I've got that thing we did for the DC 101 Chili Cook-Off.
Okay. Well, and I also know that we recorded every practice. We didn't always get copies of it, but we got copies of the good stuff, or at least
somewhere out there's years of us playing.
Yes. And there's some, if you listen to the Chili Cook-Off demo that we did and then listen to one of our practices that we just recorded, the practice was much better.
Oh,
just much more energy, much different. Just, I don't know. When we were young as a band, and I was a guitar player playing the bass. It was Chris's first band. Well, really, was Mike's
first band playing guitar. It was my first band playing guitar.
Well, yeah, that's huge. That's huge because guitar isn't singing; it's a different beat.
It is different.
And if you don't know what you're doing, it's not fun unless you can not think and just play.
I taught myself how to play guitar, so I never really learned the notes and stuff. But I can listen to something.
There's still time. I'm still learning. I
can't read music, but I can listen to it and I can know what to play.
You have a good ear.
Yeah, it's not like I play something and it's like 2 scales down or something.
Well, so to me, this is funny. It's funny that we mentioned this because have you ever heard of the circle of fifths? Yeah. It's a theory thing. It literally just came together for me this morning.
Really?
Yes. I was like, okay, A. What's the fifth of A? D. It's A sharp. Oh. Or I'm sorry, A, B sharp, C, No, wait. B, you don't start at A, right? It's like 1, 2, 3. So B, B sharp, C, C sharp, D. 5. The fifth of A is D. So, and if you keep going, I think eventually it goes back to A.
Probably.
Like that whole thing just, I was like, oh, I was just, I don't even know what I was just looking at the ground and thinking in my head about the fifth. And I was like, oh, that's what they're talking about. I was like, man, I remember guitar class in high school and I couldn't fucking get it, man. They were like, you're stupid if you don't understand this.
Oh
And
man,
I'm
all
like,
we did in guitar class was sit in the back and try to figure out the Zeppelin songs.
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's all me and Bill from Nothing Face. We'd just sit next to each other and duet Zeppelin songs or whatever song, he'd start playing something and I'd play along to it or whatever. And we'd always get in trouble. Guys, you're being disruptive. Not everybody wants to hear your duet. But, okay.
So then Curtis came in and he would tear it up on the drums, brought a whole new element to everything. And that's
Rocked
when
it
we really
out.
started kicking in. And we were
Yeah.
writing stuff, we were jamming a lot, doing everything we could.
The parts in the music were getting more intricate and we were
oh yeah,
doing stops and doing runs and stuff. It was cool, man. It was fun to play with Curtis, for sure.
4 of us continued to write. Scott, Curtis, Mike, and I were continuing to write stuff. We would come up with ideas and songs and all this other stuff and have whole songs written out. We play them for Bryce. I'm not feeling it, man. He had this notebook of lyrics that he had written, and apparently he didn't want to write anything else in this notebook because he would search through it and just not ever pick anything new or write anything new.
Yeah.
And so eventually Scott was like, fuck this, I'm out. And I mean, I had almost quit a couple times too because we were recording that demo. Bryce showed up at 9 a.m. He drank 3 pitchers of sangria. Already.
Yep. He was fucking hammered. He fell backwards over an amp and then he blamed Mike. You fucking asshole, Dobbins. Why'd you push me? And me and Chris were just crying. Well, I was like, man, we're not getting any vocals done today. Like, no. I would not even bother. Don't even bother with it,
So I think that day I actually did quit for like an hour. But it was, the band was on the rocks.
It really, it was because nothing new was happening. And when we were growing as a band, we were growing individually as musicians, we were growing as people. We had different influences we wanted to explore, and everything we did, we got shut down. Oh, this is too heavy. Oh, this isn't heavy enough. Oh, this isn't melodic. This is too melodic. This isn't, all we ever heard was, I'm not feeling that. Yeah. And we put in a lot of work to come up with new stuff to break.
What we were coming up with was cool because all 5 of our influences, well, Scott and Mike's were similar.
Yes.
All of our influences were so different.
When it came together, it formed something different. Yeah. It was cool. It was special. It was, I mean, and I got to get this from you, Chris, if you have it, is the stuff we did with Curtis and Mike.
I don't know if I have all of it. I know I have a good amount of it.
Okay. Maybe you can throw a clip of it up on
there'll be all stuff up on here, man. I'll put.
All right.
What I'm also going to do, just for you guys and Scott, I'm going to figure out how to put it all onto a YouTube video, and I'll put a link on. So if you want to hear something else, it'll be on this channel and my other one.
Awesome.